opens the door, I can't help but wonder thought I gone through his head when his eyes land on me. Since the moment he offered me this job, I've been convinced it's because he hates me and wants me to leave town. But Roman is right. He could pay me off and send me on my way. That's really what he wanted. Why am I still here? And why is he wrong? Why is he running about Roman about me? Like my intentions aren't good. I didn't ask for this job. He offered it to me. I didn't ask for this job. He offered it to me. That he would think I'd be Roman too. Dora feels like a slap in the face. If that isn't what he was insinuating, it feels like slap in the face. If that's even insinuating, I'm not sure what he's insinuating, or if he was just being utterly territorial over me. You ready? Ledger asks. He flaps off the lights or holds open the back door for me. As I pass him, there's a different kind of tension between us. It isn't tension necessarily related to DM anymore. It's a tension that seems to exist simply because I need are present. As you head my apartment, I feel sharp there. I want to roll down the window, but if I do, I'm worried tonight because I can't seem to breathe properly in his presence. I glance at him a couple of times, attempting to be discreet, but there's a new tightening. His jaw isn't usually there. Is he thinking about everything Roman said to him? Is he upset because he agreed, or upset because Roman was complete off the mark? Did you get started with those doing orders this week? He asks. I clear my throat to make room in tiny noise, speak out loud. I googled my phone and ladder taken by 1 to 2 weeks for restraining or request process. I'm looking at my window and Ledger said, You got a phone? Yeah, a few days ago. He grabs on his own phone and hands to me. Put it near the phone. I don't like how bossy that seems. I don't grab his phone. Instead, I look at it and then at him. What if I don't want you to have my number? He picks me a stare. I'm your boss. I need a way to contact my employees. I have because hating makes a valid point. I grab his phone and text myself. I will have this number too. But when I save my information last, I list myself and Nicole rather than Kenna. I don't know who has access to his phone. Better safe than sorry. Rather than Kenna. I don't know who has access to his phone. Better safe than sorry. I don't know who has access to his phone. Better safe than sorry. I set his phone back in his phone holder I set his phone back in his phone holder as he pulls into my parking lot. He swings open his door as soon as he kills his truck. He grabs the table and tries to help him. But he says I've got it. Where do you want it? Do you mind taking it upstairs? Do you mind taking it? Do you mind? Where do you want it? Do you mind taking it upstairs? Do you mind taking it upstairs? He has there when I grabbed a couple of chairs. By the time I make it to my stairwell, he's already heading back down to grab the rest of the chair. He stepped to the side, pressing his back on. He's already heading back down to grab the rest of the chairs. He steps to the side, pressing his back against the railing to make room for me, but when I pass him, I can smell him. He smells like limes and bad decision. She smells like limes and bad decision. She smells like rhymes and bad decisions. The table was propped up next to my apartment door. I unlocked my door and then set a chair next to the wall. I look out the window and Ledger is grabbing rest of the chair from his truck glance. So I glance around my apartment to see if anything needs So I glance around my apartment to see anything needs rectifying. Rectifying. I don't know that one. Rectifying chairs from his truck. So I glance around my apartment to see anything needs rectifying before he comes back up. There's a brown on the couch, so I covered the pillow. I busy my feet melting and notice the food water bowl and empty. I'm refilling them as Lazzy taps on the door and then open it. He brings a chair and then table inside. Anything else? He asks. I said Ivy's water bowl down in the bathroom in Dawson. I said Ivy's water bowl down into the bathroom, and she goes straight for it. I close the door and shut her in the bathroom. She doesn't try to escape through the open front door. No. Thanks for the help. I walk to the door so I can lock it leisurely. He just stands by it, flipping door handle. What time do you get off work at the grocery store tomorrow? 4. Our T-ball game shouldn't run around them. I can give you a ride, but I might be a little late. It's okay. I can't walk. The weather is supposed to be nice. He says, okay. He lingers in doorway from a comfortable beat. Should I tell him I hurt him? I probably should. If there one thing spent 5 years for I love now taught me is that I don't want to waste a single second of the life I live in scared of confrontation. My courage is a big part of my life in turning the way it has. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, I say, wrapping my arms around myself. But I heard your conversation with Roman. Ledger's eyes flick away from my face, like that makes them comfortable. Why did you tell him we can't carry around me? Ledger pressed his lips together in thought. His throat slowly lost his swallow. He still doesn't say anything. He just looks torn as his face takes on looks like a world of pain. He leans his head against the door frame and looks down at his feet. Was I wrong? His question is barely bubble whisper, but it feels like a scream echoing inside of me. Will you not do anything for DM? I blow out a frustrated breath. That feels like a trick question. Of course I do anything for her, but not at the expense of others. I don't think. That's not a fair question. He locks eyes with me again, and I can feel my. He locks eyes with me again, and I can feel my pulse. He locks eyes with me again. I can feel my pulse beginning to pound. Roman is my best friend, he says. No offense, but I barely know you, Kenna. He might not know me. He might not know me, but he feels like the only person I know. I still don't know if what happened between us. I still don't know if what happened between us. The first night you showed up at my bar was authentic, or if it was all an act to get them. I rest my head against the wall and watch Ledger's expression. He's looking at me with patience, and not at all with judgment. It's like he truly does It's like truly does what he knows. If the kiss was authentic, it's almost as if it meant something to him. It's almost as if it meant something to him. It was authentic, but it also wasn't. I didn't know who you were until you said your name. I didn't know who you were until you said your name. I admit. I didn't know who you were until you said your name, I admit. I was literally sitting on the lab when I realized you were Scotty. I was literally sitting on your lap when I realized you were Scotty. Seducing you wasn't part of some master plan. He gives my answer time to sink in, and then he nods gently. That's good to know. Is it? I flattened my back against the. I flattened my back against the wall because it doesn't feel like it even matters. You still don't want me. You still don't want me to meet my daughter. You're still hoping I leave town. None of it matters. You're still hoping I stay town. None of it matters. Ledger dips his head until our eyes meet again. He's looking at me pointedly when he said there is nothing in this world that would make me happier than you getting to meet DM. If I knew how to change their mind, I will. If I knew how to change their mind, I would do it in a heartbeat. Cannot. My breast shakes upon the lips. His compassion is everything I needed to hear. I close my eyes because I don't want to cry. I close my eyes because I don't want to cry and I don't want to watch him leave. But until this moment, I wasn't sure if he even wanted me in DM's life. I feel the heat. I feel the heat of his arm next to my head, and I keep my eyes closed, but I'm sucking in small gasps of air. I keep my eyes closed. I can hear his breath. I can hear your breath. I can hear your breath, and then I can feel them on my cheek and my neck as if he's moving it on me. I feel surrounded by him in this moment, and I'm scared if I open my eyes, I'll realize it's all in. I'm scared if I open my eyes, I will realize it's all in my head, and that he actually walked out of my open apartment door. But then he exhales, and the warmth rolls down my neck and shoulder. I barely crack open my eyes to find him twirling over me, his hands on either side of the wall beside my head. He's just hovering, like he can't decide whether he should leave or reenact our kiss from the night. Reenact. He's just hovering. I don't know that hovering. Like he can decide whatever reenact. He should leave or reenact our kiss from the night we met. Or maybe he's just waiting on me to make some kind of move or decision or mistake. I don't know what compels me to lift my hand and place it on his chest. But when I do, he sighed as if that's exactly what he wanted me to do. But I don't know if I'm touching his chest because I want to push him away. But I don't know if I'm touching his chest. Because I want to push him away or because I want to pull him closer. I got exactly the same thing like this one. Either way, there is a warmth between us. The build with his side, and his forehead lightly against mine. There have been so many choices and consequences and feels packed into the space we've kept between us since we met. But later pushes through all of it and pressed his lips to mine. He like pulses through me a heartbeat, and I sighed into his mouth. I sighed into his mind. His tongue skimmed my top lip, fogging my thought. His tongue skims my top lip, fogging my thought. He cradles my head and dipping. He cradles my head and deepened our kiss. It's intoxicating. His mouth is warmer than I remember. His mouth is warmer than I remember. His mouth is warmer than I expected. His mouth is warmer than I remember it being the first time we kissed. His hands feel more gentle. Your hands feel you should use your hand more gently. Your hands feel more gentle. Ouch. His tongue feels less daring. There is a carefulness in his kiss when I'm too afraid to. There's a carefulness in his kiss when I'm too afraid to dissect because I feel so much is dizzying. The one from I'm already feel so much is dizzying. I'm already feel so much dizzying. I'm too afraid to descend. There's a carefulness in his kiss when I'm too afraid to dissect because I already feel so much it's dizzying. I already feel so much it's dizzying. It's dizzying. The warmth envelops me, and just when I start clinging to him, he pulls away. I suck in air. He studied my face. It's as if he's trying to gather in my expression, scan me for signs of regret or desire. I'm sure he can see both. I want his kiss, but he thought about having to say goodbye to more than just the idea. I'm sure he can see both. I want his kiss, but thought about having to say goodbye. I want his kiss, but the thought of having to say goodbye. I don't want his kiss, so I thought of having to say goodbye. To more than just Just the DM idea of the stop. DM is enough to stop me from allowing this to happen. Because the closer I go to leisure, both emotionally and physically, the more I'd be putting his relationship with DM at risk. As much as his kiss makes me feel, it's nothing compared to the heartache. What would follow if they find out he see me behind their backs? I can't have that hanging over my head. He starts to lean again, making my entire body feeling stable, but I somehow find to shake my head. Please don't, I whisper. It hurts. It hurts. Please don't. Strength to shake my head. Please don't. Please don't, I whisper. It hurts. Please don't, I whisper. It hurts enough already. Ledger pauses right before his mouth connects with mine. He draws back. Wow, good expression. Not just kissed me, but big. Ledger pauses right before his mouth connects with mine. He draws back and lifts his hand, gently gliding his fingertips over my jaw. I know. I'm sorry. We both fall quiet. I'm moving. We both fall quiet. We both fell quiet. I'm moving. I wish I were processing. I'm sorry. We both fall quiet. I'm moving. We both fall quiet. I'm moving. I wish I was processing how to make this work between us. But I'm processing how to not let it hurt because it can't work. He eventually pushes off the wall. Stepped away from me. I feel so fucking. He lends a hand through his hair as he scratched for the right word. Helpless. Useless. He walks out of the door after setting the boss wall. I'm sorry. I hear Maros walks away. I close my door, lock it, and release every breath I into tonight. My heart is pounding. The apartment seems really warm now. I turn down thermostat and I be out of the bathroom. We crawl on the couch together and I grab my notebook. Dear Scotty, do I owe you an apology what just happened? I'm not quite sure what just happened. Ledger and I definitely had a moment. What was a good one? About one? That it felt more sad than anything. What if it happens again? I'm not sure I'm going to be strong enough to ask him not to touch me all the way. We'd probably be touching each other right now. If I didn't blurt out the word, please don't. But if you're acting anything you're feeling, he's eventually going to have to choose. And he won't choose me. I wouldn't let him, and I think so much less of it if he didn't choose DM. And what's the come up with it happen? I'll not only lose my chance with DM, or lose my ledger too. I already lost here for good. That's hard enough. How many doses can person take before they just throw fucking towel, Scotty? Because it's surely starting to I'm all I win here. Love, Kenna. Chapter 28. Ledger. DM song are tied around my neck as I give her a piggyback ride across the parking lot to her Grace's car. The T-bogging usually ended and DM is making curious because she settled like soaking soul. I want to go work with you, she says. You can. Kids are no under bars. I go to your bars here sometime. Yeah, when you close, I clarify. That doesn't count. We'll be open tonight, and it's busy, and I won't be able to keep an eye on you. Not to mention, her mother, who shouldn't even know it exists, will be there. You can come work from New York till 18. That's a long time away. You'll be dead. Hey, now, Grace says defensively. I'm a lot older than leisure, and I don't plan on being dead when you're 18. I get DM secure into a car seat. How old will I be when everybody dies? She asks. Nobody knows when anyone will die, I tell her. But if we were living in a room, we'll all be here together. How old will I be when you're 200? That old, I say. Her eyes grow wide, and I immediately shake my hand. We'll all be dead. No one lives to be 200. My teacher is 200. Mrs. Bradshaw longer than me. Grace pipes her from the front seat. Stop telling lies. DM leans forward and whispers, Mrs. Bradshaw really is 200. I believe you. I kiss her on top of her head. Good job today. Love you. I love you too. I want to go to work with you. I closed the door before she finished her sentences. I don't normally rush the most this way, but it's walking through the parking lot. I've received a text from Kenna. All it said was, please come get me. It's not quite full yet. She says she didn't need a ride and I asked her yesterday, so my concern was immediately heightened when I got the text. I'm already in my truck on Grace and DM drive away. Patrick couldn't make the game today because we're working on the jungle gym. I was planning on going home for a couple of hours to see the progress and hear from people onto the bar. Now on my way to the grocery store to check on Kenna. I'll text Patrick when I get to the land, no one not stopping by. Almost finished with the jungle gym. DM's birthday is coming up. We're almost finished with the jungle gym. We almost finished with the jungle gym. DM's birthday is coming up. It means today is supposed to be the big day. Frank's birthday is coming up, which means today was supposed to be the big day. Liz in my wedding. We plan on going to Hawaii just a week after the wedding. We remember being stressed that we wouldn't be back for DM's birthday party. There was another point of contention between Lee and me. She didn't like that DM's 5th birthday, which almost big a deal to me as our honeymoon. I'm sure Pastor and Grace would be willing to move the birthday party. Lee acted like DM's birthday almost. But Lee acted DM's 5th birthday was a major conflict with our honeymoon. Before she even inquired about them moving the party and that ending up to becoming one of the first of the many red flag. I gave Lear the trip to Hawaii after I already paid for it, but I'm not sure it's still going. Hopefully she is, but it's been 3 months since we've even spoken. I feel like I've no clue what's going on in her life now. Not that I want to know. It's strange being involved in every facet in another human being and then suddenly not knowing anything. It's also strange thinking you're someone but then later realize that maybe you didn't know them at all. I feel like Leah, I'm starting to feel like our Kenna, but in the opposite way. With Kenna, I feel like we're judged too poorly in the beginning. With Leah, I feel like judged too favorably. I probably should have texted Kenna to let her know on my way because I spotted walking along the side of the road about a quarter of my way from the store. Her head is down and she's got both hands gripping the strap of a tote bag on the shoulder. I pull over on the opposite side of the road, but she doesn't even know my truck, so I tap on the horn. It gets her attention. She looks both ways and then crosses the road and climbs into my truck. I have sighed a minute when she closed the door. She smells like apples, just like she smells like in the doorway. She smells like apple. Closer. She smells like apples, just she smelled last night in the doorway of her apartment. I could fucking punch myself for last night. I could punch myself for last night. She drops the bag between us. He pulls an envelope out of it. She shoves it at me. I got it. The restraining order. I was served while walking up the store to put grocery into someone's car. It was mortifying. Pleasure. I read over the phone. I'm confused about how Judge even granted. When I see Chris' name, it all makes sense. He probably vouched for Patrick Grace. It might even embarrassed a little bit. He's that type. I bet his wife is loving this. I'm surprised he didn't bring up the ball. I bet his wife is loving this. I'm surprised she didn't bring it up. At that bird fell today, I fold the back up and stick it on her purse. It doesn't mean anything, I say, attempting comfort with my life. It means everything. It's a message. They want me to know that I changed my mind. She pulls on a seatbelt. Her eyes and cheeks are red, but she isn't crying. It looks like she's probably cried already. I got to learn aftermath. I pull back onto the road feeling heavy. What I said last night feeling useless. It's the most accurate term for what I'm like now. I can't help Kenna other than how I'm already helping her. Patrick and Grace are unchanged in their mind, and anytime I try to approach the subject with them, they're immediately defensive. It's difficult because I agree with my don't want Kenna around, but I also vehemently disagree. They would cut me out of DM slide before they would agree to add Kenna into it. That's what scares me the most. If I push the subject too much, or if I'm not even remotely on Kenna's side, I'm afraid of it still nearly spread the same way you do Kenna. The worst part is, I don't blame them for how they feel about Kenna. The impact of their choice is being detrimental to the why. The impact of their choice is becoming detrimental to lives. Fuck. There's no good answer. I somehow... Oh my god. There's no good answer. I've somehow immersed myself in impossible situation. There's no good. I've somewhere immersed myself in the depth of the. Immersed myself depths in impossible situation. One that doesn't leave a single solution wandering to at least one person suffering. Do you want to take the night off work? I could completely understand we shouldn't fit up to it. She shakes her head. I need the hours. I'll be fine. It was just embarrassing, even though I knew it was coming. Yeah, but I figured a greeting would have the decency to serve you at home. It's not like your home address isn't at the top of your order. I turn right in the next lap to get to the bar, but something tells me Kenna might need an hour to solve before Sue moves and shaft into the neck. You want to snorkeling? I'm not sure if that stupid resolution to insist that snorkelings are always the answer for me and DM. Kenna nods, and I think I might even see him smile. Yeah, a snow cone sounds perfect. Chapter 29. Kenna. I'm leaning my head against the passenger window of the truck, watching it study what a snow cone stamper tattoo and sex appeal order 2 rainbow snow cone. Why this adds with two nice things make them so attractive? Rainbow. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. It's all sunshines and rainbow in my life. Thank you so much, beautiful my life. A resounding success. I've helped people a lot and more often. I came in once to Scotty, but Scotty didn't look at a place ordering snow cones. We sat at a picnic table that used to be to left of the snow cone stand, but it's a parking lot now and the picnic table is nowhere to be seen. All the seating area have been replaced by plex table with pink umbrella. I only texted later and asked for a ride because of Amy. She found me in the bathroom about to have a panic attack and asked what was wrong. I couldn't bear to tell her someone had fired a restraining order against me. Instead, I just told her the truth, that I sometimes have panic attacks, but it will pass, and I'm sorry, and I pathetic begged her not to fire me. She looked so sad for me, but she also laughed. Why would I fire you? You're the only worker I would who should want to work double shift. So you have a panic attack? Big deal. She talked to me in finding a ride home because she didn't trust me have to work all day. I didn't want to tell the ledger is the only person I know in town, so I texted him more to reassure her we wouldn't be alone. It felt good to be worried about by someone. There's a lot around no need to be grateful for, and Amy is one of those things. It's just really hard to be grateful when you want it. It's just great to helpful. There's a lot I know I need to be grateful. There's a lot I know I need to be grateful. Grateful for, and Amy is one of those things. Frank is one of those things. It's just really hard to be grateful when there's only one thing I want in my life. It's really hard to be grateful when there is only one thing I want in my life, and I feel like my life, I feel like I'm just getting further from that. Laser returns to the truck with a snow cone. There is sprinkles on mine and no less small thing, but I make note of it. Maybe if I know all the good things, no matter how small, they're added to make bad thing in my life less painful. Do you ever bring him here? I ask him. He uses his spoon to point down the street. The dance studio is about a block away, he says. I drop her off and Grace picks her up. She's hard to say no to, so I'm regular here. He sticks his spoon in his mouth and opens his wallet and pulls out a business card. There are tiny little snow cone hole punched around it. Close together, free one, he said, tucking it back in his wallet. It makes me laugh. Impressive. I wish I would have gone up to order with him handing snow compact punch card, banana lemonade. He looks over at me after taking a bite. That's her favorite combination. I smiled. Is yellow her favorite color? He nods. I stick my spoon into the yellow part of my snow cone and take out a bite. These little tidbits gives me something else I might pretty sure about. They're tiny parts of whole, and maybe it gives him enough of them. It won't respect when I have to leave. I try to think about something to talk about that isn't DM. What is house you're building look like? Ledger picks up phone and checks the time and then puts his truck in reverse. I'll take you to see it. Raising Roman can cover us for a while. I take another bite and don't say anything, but I don't think you realize what Linda's show me the new house mean to me. The lantern might have fire restraint order against me, but little Ledger trusts me. I have that cling to, and I cling to hard. Once I reached 15 miles outside of town, I turned to area in the big wooden entryway Cheshire read, and then began to make our way up a winding road. The trees covered the road and hugging it. The sides of the road are dotted mailboxes every quarter to half a mile. None of the houses can be seen for the road. The mailbox is the only clue the people even live out here. This tree so dense. It's peaceful and secluded. I can see why he chose this area. We come to a piece of property the subject with trees can even see most of the driveway from the road. There's stake in the ground like soon the mailbox or of interpret go. Their columns look like ended up being private gates from. Do you have close neighbors out here? She shakes his head. Not for half mile at least. The property is on the tenant track. We pull onto the property and eventually the house begins to shape in the tree. It isn't what I expected. This house is an average large manor starting on the peaked roof. It's spread and flat and unique, built of some kind of material I don't recognize. I didn't pick letters with some modern and unusual. I don't know why I picture a log cabin as something more traditional. Maybe because you mentioned he Roman in building it, and I just expect it a little less complicated. We get off the truck, and I try to imagine in my hair, running around this yard, playing on the patio, roasting marshmallow in the fire pit on the back deck. Ledger shows me around, but I can't grasp this. Ledger show me around, but I can't grasp this type of the lifestyle. Ledger show me around, but I can't grasp this type of lifestyle. But even for my daughter, the countertops, outdoor kitchen that overlook the backyard are probably worth more than ever on my entire life added up. There are 3 bedrooms, but the main bedroom is the highlight for me, with a ridiculous closet almost big as the bed itself. I admired how to listen to him talk inside everything he and Roman have done by hand, and more impressive, it's also depressing. This is house my daughter will spend time in, which means a likely house I'll never return to again. As much as I enjoy watching him show up his base, I also don't want to see another here. And to be honest, it kind of makes me sad to know that you won't be living close to DM. I'm starting to really like him as a person, and his concern in her life is comforting. But he won't be across the street from me and moves out here. It makes me wonder if they can sad. The back door to his patio overlooking rolling hills opens up like a accordion. He puts it to one side, and I walk around to the back deck. The sun is about to set into probably one of the best views of sunset in this entire town. It lights up tops of the tree. Sunset, probably one of the best views of the sunset in this entire town. It lights up the tops of the trees. Below us, the max them looked. Its entire town. It lights up tops of the tree below us. It makes them look like they're on fire. There isn't any patio furniture yet. I sit down on the step and Ledger takes a seat next to me. I haven't said much, but he doesn't meet compliment. He knows how beautiful this place is. I can't mention what's costing a bill. Are you rich? It just comes out. I rub my face after I ask it and say, sorry. That was rude. He laughs and rests his elbow his knees. It's okay. That house is cheaper than it looks. The house is cheaper than it looks. The house is cheaper than it looks. I've done what I can do the last couple of years, but I made good investment in the money I got from my profile contract. It's mostly gone now, but I got a business out of it and now a home. Can't complain. I'm happy for him. At least life works out for people. We all have a failure though, I suppose. I'm curious what Ledger failure saw. Wait, I say, remembering at least one thing didn't quite work out for him. Weren't you supposed to get married this weekend? Ledger, no. 2 hours ago, actually. Are you sad about it? Of course, he says. I don't regret this decision. I'm sad it didn't work out. I love her. He said love as in present tense. I wait for him to correct himself. He doesn't, and I realized there wasn't a mistake. He loves her still. I guess you realizing your love isn't compatible with someone else's doesn't reduce feeling that are there. There's a tiny flame of jealousy suddenly flaking in my chest. How do you propose to her? Do we really have to talk about this? He's laughing, like this subject is more awkward than sad. Yes. I'm nosy. He exhaled and said, I asked her that permission first. And then I bought her rings you can not so subtle about wanting. I took her dinner and a second anniversary and has the big proposal planned to park down the street and restaurant. Her friends and family done ready and then I got down to one meet and proposed. It was a typical Instagram one-day engagement. Did you cry? No. I was too nervous. Did she? He cocks his head in his right trying to think back. I don't think so. Maybe a tear or two. It was dark, which I didn't take into consideration, so the fruits of the proposal came out kinda shady. She complained about that the next day. That she wouldn't have a good video and I should have proposed before the sunset. She sounded fun. Ledger smiled. Honestly, you're probably like her. I keep saying things make her sound bad. We had a lot of fun together. When you were together, I didn't think about Scotty as much. Things were light with her because of that. I looked away and said that. Do I only remind you of him? Ledger said nothing in response to my question. He doesn't want to hurt my feeling. He just chooses not to answer, which silence makes him feel like want to flee. I start to stand up because I'm ready to leave, but as soon as I began to stand, he grabs my leg and gently pulls me back down. Sit. Let's stay into sunset. I sit back down, and it takes about 10 minutes for the sun to sink down into the tree. Neither of us spoke about talks. We just watched the rays disappear and the tips of the tree return to natural, fireless color. It's dusk now and the auto electricity house behind us quickly growing dark. Ledger has a controversial look about him when he said, I feel guilty. Welcome to my constant state. Why? For building this house. I feel like Scotty will be disappointed in me. DM gets so sad every time you bring up the fact and the product might otherwise or for sale. Why did you build this house then? It's been my dream for a long time now. I bought the land. Why did you build this house then? It's been my dream a long time now. Why are you here? Why did you build this house then? In fact, I'm putting my other house up for sale. Why did you build this house then? It's been my dream for a long time now. I bought the land and started drafting the design back. I bought the land and started drafting the design back when Dan was just a baby. Before I knew how much I loved her. Before I knew how much I'd love back to just baby. Before I knew how much I loved her. Designed back when Dan was just a baby. Before I knew how much I would love her. He caught his eyes to mine. Don't get me wrong, I loved her then, but it's different. She started to walk and talk and develop a unique personality, and you became inseparable. And over time, this place started to feel less of my future home and more like he tries to come up the world, but he can't. At present, Ledger looks at me like the first person to understand him. Yes, exactly. I feel like I'm walking into the now. The idea of not seeing DM every day is really starting to weigh on me. Really starting to weigh on me. It's changing our relationship with my schedule. It will change our relationship with my schedule. Because I will probably see her once if I'm lucky. I will probably see her once a week if I'm lucky. I think that's why I've been taking my time building it. I don't know. I think that's why I've been taking my time building it. I don't know whether I'm really looking forward to moving out here. Then salad. He laughs like that is the right idea. I'm serious. I'd much rather live across the street my daughter than clear across town. I know I can't be her life for what I could, but there's some comfort in knowing you are. Ledger stared at me for a long bit after I say that. Then he stands up, reaches out from my hand. We should get to work. Yeah, don't want to pass up the bar. I grab his hand and stand up, and when I do, I'm suddenly way too close to him. He doesn't back away or let go my hand, and now he's looking at me from just few inches away. In the intensity, I feel slide down my spine. Ledger his fingers through mine, and when his palms touch, the feeling that surges makes me wince. Ledger feels it too. I can see it on the way his eyes feel a torment. Funny how some things should feel so gone painful when the circumstances are right. And the circumstances are definitely not right. But I squeeze a hand anyway, letting him know I'm feeling exactly what he's feeling, and I'm just honest he is. Ledger drops his forehead to mine, and we both close eyes and just silent breathe whatever this moment is. I can feel everything he's not saying. I can even somehow feel the kiss not even giving me. But if we slip back into the moment we shared last night, we will left them only wider until that's all I am. He knows just as much I do this isn't a good idea. What are you gonna do, Ledger? Hide me on the closet until she's 18. He looks at her hands and linked together and shrugs. It's his closet. There's only a bit of silence before you silenced by my laughter. He grinned. It did Ledger as his dark house picked his truck. Chapter 30. Ledger. I'm in my office processing my thoughts, crossing all the mistakes my fear. Roman was light will close her eyes if I or leave. I'm giving her. A lynch won't come around to the idea. The more you leave. Maybe I should have, because the more around her, more false hope I'm giving her. The lens won't come around to the idea of accepting it anytime soon. And if she stays here and continued work, it's putting us both at risk of getting caught. I don't know what I'm thinking hiring in the first place. I thought he's hide on the back, but Kenna isn't the kind of girl you can hide. She stands out. Someone will notice her. Someone will recognize her. And then we'll both because consequences right. I take my phone and text Kenna.